Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you've all been doing well. Today we got a very nice update. So everybody's been wondering, where are these freaking Xeno Vegetas and regular Armor Vegetas at? And we finally got our first real look at the accessory, as well as some of the hair sculpts and the general body. Now, these do look like they are still a little bit rough around the edges, so I'm not going to like really dismantle and like judge them super hard, but I do think that there is room for improvement here. So obviously everybody's going to talk about that height, the scale, the arms being elongated and whatnot. I will say, just so we can quickly go through this, I do think that these gauntlets right here, the reason the arms look elongated is because of the gauntlets, and I feel like they could probably shorten them down. And I mean, even on here, like they could probably shorten that distance down just a little bit so it makes it feel more even to him, because it has been, I mean, his arms have always felt like they were too long. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but from the hip to like elbow ratio, it doesn't, I don't know, feel right, if that makes sense to me. And granted, this was an old like size comparison, but I do think that it's still going to be accurate to today. Obviously, the SSJ5s from the AF versions were taller, and these have been pretty consistent so far. So I do think he's going to be relatively, short to their Goku. However, to the SHF, I never expect them to have like great skill when it comes to matching the shfiguarts. Sometimes they're a little bit thinner, sometimes they're a little bit taller. It is what it is at this point. They're kind of up and down. I feel like we're not there with the consistency part of them just yet. But yeah, let's also talk about some of these other features on here. So the ankles, the ankles, it looks a little bit better. A little bit. Zykor looks like he can do some pretty good poses, and the ankles don't get in the way, and they're not too tight or just in general horrible. So I'm hoping that kind of carries over here. I feel like the characters that wear boots, like Vegeta's boots, Vegeto, those kind of characters haven't had too much of a problem with the articulation, just because they don't put that little plastic piece that gets in the way. And I don't know why Demoniacal Fit and Beast Deities both did that. I felt like that was a pretty stupid decision, because it just blocks off the articulation from one direction. Doesn't really make much sense. So I'm glad that is not happening again, so far. Now, let's see, what else can we talk about here? These butterfly joints, I don't know yet. I really have to see someone play with it, really extend that butterfly joint out. Beast Deities hasn't really had the best butterfly joints. They've been getting better, and don't get me wrong. I like their figures, but they have never really been at the top for having the best, mobility. They've been getting better at it though. But I do feel like it's a little harder to mess this one up, because really all they have to do is kind of follow what Turles did, or Turles's articulation was. It's the same thing. And as long as it can extend out so he can do like a good final flash, I mean, that's really all I need him to do. And I'm sure a lot of people would probably be satisfied with that, but if they can go over and beyond to where he can actually cross his arms with each other, that'd be great. Talking about the Super Saiyan 3 here, it looks okay. Again, everything is in early stages, but so far it doesn't look like he's toppling over from it. I don't see any weird balancing acts here, but I hope that that's the case. He doesn't have to worry about the weight of the hair pulling him down, or maybe they just, really have started to adapt whatever they did with Goku Black to have a stronger neck in place. That really, I don't know what they did with him, but it works. So I'm hoping that that's the case there. These effect pieces, let me see, I can go back to this photo. Here we go. These effect pieces are going to be LED lights inside. So, I mean, we'll have to see what that looks like later on. But so far, it's just what looks to be early prints of it. The mask for the Time Breaker Vegeta looks really nice. Pretty seamless there. I'm not expecting it to be anything super crazy, but their new faceplate system has been looking pretty nice. So as long as that continues to work for them, I'm down. It looks good. Now, I think that's about it in terms of judging these new pictures that came out. But yeah, it looks okay. I can't really tell if, yeah, he's got his arm back, so hard to see. we'll have to wait for some more pictures. But let's talk about that for a second. This guy was supposed to technically be out before Xycor. Now, Xycor really is just using, reusing a body from the 3.0 Goku, which, makes sense for him to, I guess, get sped out a little bit faster because he just has new head and new hands, really, and that's it. Now, I feel like we may be seeing like a really big slowdown unless they randomly start dropping those other Goku variants. I feel like we're going to see a really big slowdown unless they also decide to reissue something in the middle of this, because they've got those 4 Goku variants: the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, the Clone Goku, the Transparent Goku, and then they got that base Goku with the Super Saiyan hair. Those all can drop out anytime, I feel, because they're just reusing the body once again, with a slight change to the upper body gi part, if that makes sense. So, I mean, we haven't seen an update on that base Goku at least for a long time, so I imagine at least it's got to be further along by this point, but who knows? At this point, I thought the Vegetas were further along, and they're not. Also, I don't know if they're ever going to do this variant here, but it is kind of in the backlog, and this technically would be their, I guess, evolution. Not evolution, what am I talking about? Ego, there we go. Ego Vegeta or Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. It could be either one of those. I don't know if they ever are going to do it, but I kind of hope that they have plans to, because, we don't really have any good shirtless Vegetas from the Tournament of Power or anything just in general for him really being super battle damaged. So hopefully somewhere in there, but we'll see. Other than that, like I said, we've been waiting for a long time. We got our render teases back in September of 2023. So yeah, it's getting close to that 1 year mark for them. We'll see how they pick up the pace if they do. But anyways, that's pretty much it so far in terms of the updates for this. Hoping to see something else soon. Otherwise, the news for Dragon Ball stuff has kind of started to take a little bit of a slowdown. If you've noticed, I haven't been posting everything like every hour or every day. The Studio Himir, I don't know how to say their name, man. HMYR, we'll just say that. And some of the other studios that are on Xianu, Taobao, haven't been posting as much, so I assume that they're really putting their heads down and trying to get those products out, because they are kind of behind. They've had to delay several things, like, for example, the air stuff, the alternate Gohan bangs, I believe are going to be starting to ship out soon from what I've heard, but those were delayed. They've also recently announced a whole bunch of stuff like the Super Saiyan Gohan heads, base Gohan heads, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan heads, the Super Saiyan God Goku head. Like, there's so much that they have continuously announced that we haven't seen any real updates on just yet. So really, it's a waiting game at this point. So if you don't see that much Dragon Ball news, that's probably why. It's because most of these studios are actually doing the work now and trying to get the stuff out. Because if you go look on AliExpress, you'll just see a buttload of third-party products that have just been popping up. But anyways, in case you're wondering, no, I don't have any information on anything Demoniacal Fit is doing. So right now, your best update is that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and transparent dead Goku is coming soon. And usually when we see those product photos, it's probably like between 2 to 4 weeks out, I would say, unless they like continuously push it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. Hope you have a good one, guys. Catch you in the next video. I'm getting some more shipments soon, so now we can do some reviews. Hopefully it'll be that Vegeta and then some other stuff. So stay tuned for that. Check out the shorts. Check out the community tab. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.